Weeks 1 to 4. You are in your first 4 weeks. This is the phase of quiet, invisible beginnings, but it holds a kind of magic that truly defies imagination. Right at this very moment, your baby is the size of a tiny poppy seed. It's almost impossible to believe, but inside your womb, a beautiful miracle is unfolding at full speed. It all starts with the magical meeting of a single cell, carrying the complete instruction manual of exactly who your little one is going to be. Very quickly, this cell multiplies, forming a tiny cluster full of light and endless potential. In these first few weeks, the foundation of life is being built to perfection. The neural tube, which will soon become your baby's brain and spinal cord, is delicately beginning to close. Their tiny little heart is also starting to form, and the placenta, which will be their cozy, nourishing home, is beginning to develop. While your body might be sending you the very first signs of pregnancy, maybe a little extra tiredness or some new sensitivity, your baby is working tirelessly to implant in the uterus, creating the perfect little nest. It's the miracle of life happening in the most beautiful, absolute secret. You are already the perfect home for this little seed. Weeks 5 to 8. We are now entering weeks 5 to 8, and things are changing at an incredible pace. Right now, your little treasure has grown just a bit and is the size of a beautiful, sweet raspberry. You know that tiny little heart that started forming in those first few weeks? Well, now it's actually beating, and it beats so fast and strong, just like a little drum, announcing that life is pulsing powerfully right inside of you. It's during this phase that your baby goes from being just a tiny cluster of cells to taking on much more human features, even though they are still so incredibly tiny. The most delicate little facial features are starting to take shape. Those precious eyes, a tiny nose, and a little mouth are all forming. Tiny little buds are appearing on the sides of their body. These are their future arms and legs, the very same ones that will soon be giving you those kicks you are so eagerly waiting to feel. Their major organs, like the lungs, kidneys, and liver, are also starting to take structure. For you, Mama, the morning sickness might be getting a little more frequent, but please remember, every single symptom is just your amazing body working overtime to create and protect this precious new life. Weeks 9 to 13. Welcome to weeks 9 through 13. What an amazing milestone. Your baby has just passed the most critical phase of development and is now officially called a fetus. During these weeks, they reach the size of a sweet, fuzzy little peach. And guess what? They are constantly on the move. Even though you can't quite feel the movements yet because they are still so tiny, it is a real party in there. They are already flexing their little arms, kicking their legs, and swimming all around in the amniotic fluid, which acts like a warm, protective little pool. Their tiny fingers and toes, which were webbed before, are now perfectly separated, and even their little nails are starting to grow. Their digestive system is starting to practice contractions, and their kidneys are already able to produce urine. It's just so incredible to think that they can already swallow a little bit of the amniotic fluid. During this phase, the placenta fully takes over the job of nourishing and protecting your baby, which means that for so many mamas, that awful morning sickness is finally starting to fade away. The hardest part is behind you, Mama. Weeks 14 to 17. We've made it to weeks 14 through 17, bringing with them the highly anticipated second trimester. So many women call this phase the honeymoon of pregnancy because your energy usually starts to come back. Your little one has hit a major growth spurt and is now the size and weight of a beautiful avocado. And this is where the magic becomes so incredibly real for you. It's during these weeks that so many mamas feel their baby's very first movements. At first, it feels just like butterfly wings fluttering or tiny little air bubbles popping in your tummy. That's them saying, "Hi, Mama, I'm right here." Development is going full speed ahead. Your baby's nervous system is maturing so quickly. They already have amazing reflexes. They can suck their tiny little thumb, play with their umbilical cord, and even make the cutest little faces and involuntary smiles. Their skin, which is still so delicate and transparent, is starting to be covered by a superfine downy hair called lanugo, which keeps them nice, warm, and protected. With every passing day, they are getting stronger and looking more and more like the beautiful newborn you're going to meet so very soon. Weeks 18 to 22. We've reached the halfway point of our journey, Between weeks 18 and 22, your baby bump is probably really starting to show, proudly displaying to the world the little miracle you're carrying. Your baby is now the size of a sweet papaya. They are growing so fast and taking up more and more room in your little oven. One of the most exciting milestones of this phase is that your baby's hearing is developing wonderfully. That means they can already hear sounds from the outside world. They hear your heartbeat, the sound of your breathing, and the most beautiful sound of all, your voice. This is the absolute perfect time to talk to your belly, sing sweet lullabies, read stories, and let daddy or your loved ones talk to them too. They already know exactly who you are. Physically, on top of that protective downy hair, a layer of a white, creamy substance called vernix is starting to coat your baby's skin, protecting them from being in the amniotic fluid all the time. Those little kicks are getting so much stronger and more deliberate now, turning your belly into a real little dance floor. Weeks 23 to 27. We are in weeks 23 through 27. Time is just flying by, isn't it? Your baby is getting so long and is now the size of an ear of corn. And one of the most fascinating things happens right now. After so many weeks of having their little eyelids shut to protect their developing eyes, they finally open them. Even though it's cozy and dark inside the womb, your baby can already perceive light. If you shine a flashlight near your belly, they might turn their face toward the glow, or even give you a little kick to show you they noticed it. They are also developing their very own sleep schedule. You'll start to notice that they have specific times when they are fast asleep and times when they are super active, usually right when you lie down to rest at the end of the day. Their lungs are continuing to develop and are starting to produce a crucial substance called surfactant, which will help their tiny air sacs stay open when they take that very first breath of air. Oh, and if you feel little rhythmic twitches in your belly, don't be scared. It's just your baby having hiccups. It is completely normal and honestly so adorable to picture. Weeks 28 to 31. Welcome to the third and final trimester. The countdown has officially begun. Between weeks 28 and 31, your baby is about the size of a green coconut and is putting on a lot of weight. Remember that thin, transparent skin from the previous weeks? Now, they are building up a precious layer of fat underneath it. This little bit of baby fat is essential. It's what gives them those irresistible, squishy rolls, and more importantly, it will help them regulate their own body temperature once they are born. Their brain is also going through spectacular growth. What used to be smooth is now developing the grooves and folds of a mature brain. Space inside your belly is getting pretty tight for all those somersaults, so their movements are starting to change. Instead of full spins, you'll feel stronger pushes, little elbows, and maybe even the shape of a tiny foot or bottom gliding across your tummy. It is completely normal to feel more tired right now, maybe with some backaches or feeling a little out of breath. Your body is carrying an almost fully grown human being. Please be gentle with yourself, Mama. Rest whenever you can and celebrate every single movement of this beautiful life that just keeps growing. Weeks 32 to 35. We are in weeks 32 through 35. The anticipation is at an all-time high, and your heart is probably beating a little faster every single day. Your baby is getting so nice and plump and is now the size of a pineapple. Most of their major development is completely done, and these final weeks are all about maturing and gaining weight. They are putting on precious ounces every single day. Their lungs are almost fully mature, getting ready for that beautiful first cry that is going to change your life forever. Your baby is also receiving a rush of your antibodies through the placenta, building up the immune system that will protect them in those very first months of life. Since space is getting super tight, this is the final stretch where most babies decide to do one last big somersault and turn head down, settling into your pelvis to get ready for birth. You might feel a lot more pressure down low, but you'll probably also notice you can finally breathe a little easier again since they've dropped and given your lungs some room. Hang in there, Mama. Your hospital bag should definitely be packed by now, because at any moment, the incredible journey of labor and delivery is going to begin. Weeks 36 to 40. We've made it to the final weeks, 36 through 40. The finish line. Your baby is perfectly complete, absolutely beautiful, nice and chunky, and is now the size of a sweet watermelon. All that space that used to feel like a giant ocean is now a tight, cozy little hug wrapping entirely around them. In these final weeks, they've lost almost all of that downy lanugo hair and the vernix coating that protected their skin. They are still practicing their breathing, and inhaling and exhaling the amniotic fluid, and sucking their little thumb even harder to get ready for nursing. They are just waiting for the perfect moment, in their own sweet time, to finally meet the face of the woman who has been their entire world up until now. For you, Mama, the wait might feel like an absolute eternity. The heaviness of your belly, the sleepless nights, that overwhelming mix of fear and courage. But just look back for a second. Look at the absolute miracle your body was able to build from scratch. From an invisible little seed to a perfect human being. You are so incredibly strong. When the time comes, trust your body and trust your baby. You two have worked together for 40 beautiful weeks, and you are so ready for the greatest meeting of your lives.